This recipe is going to be about how to make a very nutritious pap for your baby, most especially, and also for the family as well. So sit by and let's get right into the video. Welcome guys to my YouTube channel. Now let's get cooking. To make pap by yourself from the scratch, these are the ingredients that you are going to be needing. You need corn. You can use white corn, yellow corn. You need ginger, you need Guinea corn, and you need millet. So these are the recipe. These are the ingredients I'm going to be using for this recipe. Making pap, you have to be very careful about this stage. You have to make sure you pick out the stones from the corn. Make sure you wash them thoroughly. You have to just make sure like you just get rid of those stones, because you don't want to, when you're taking your pap, you're getting some kind of vibes that you don't like. To be honest, if you say you're making the pap by yourself, then you have to do it and do it well, because you know they say anything worth doing is worth doing well. So you have to be very careful and do it excellently well. For the millet, I'm going to have to wash it differently, because this type, it has this type of, you can see this, what do I call them, grass, or those unwanted, not the millet, but you can see the chaff. I think I should call it the chaff. I don't know what to call it. So I'm going to have to wash it separately. You can see those things that you want to get rid of. Once you pour water inside, all these things are going to float, then it will enable you to like pour it out. So that's why I'm going to be washing it differently. I'm going to wash the corn separately. I'm going to wash this one differently as well. Now at this stage, I would advise you, don't be stingy with the water. Make sure you have enough water supply to wash this thing thoroughly. Like, just make sure you have enough water. Don't be stingy in that regard. And personally, I advise, if you're washing, you wash it as many times as possible. So I'll tell you how I washed it personally. I washed this millet as many times as I could until the water ran clear. And what I did, I used hand to scoop them to enable me to like see those sand and remove them. Then for the millet as well, you have to do the Guinea corn as well. You have to do the same thing. Wash it as many times as possible. Once you see that it's clean, the water is clear, you can now use your hand and scoop it out gently, one after the other, so that you can see if there are stones settling under, you can be able to remove them. So you see, you have to wash and wash and wash. My dear, I advise you, be patient in washing. So just repeat the same process with the corn, and then that is it. Like, repeat the same process, wash and wash and wash and wash. And once you are done washing everything, I'm going to pour it back in and add some water. I do my last rinsing. It's not really important, but I just do it because it just has to be perfect. So just do it. So wash the last washing and then soak it. Just leave it inside the water and leave it till the next day. You have to soak it inside water for at least 2 to 3 days, and make sure you change the water every morning. It is very important that you do so. So this is day 1. You can see the way it's looking. So I just changed the water, washed it again, and poured in another water and left it there the next day, and that is just what I did. Personally, I wasn't able to blend the beans like 2-3 days later. So what I did, I left it longer, but I was changing the water 2 times in a day so that it doesn't go bad. So what I did, after I was ready, when I was ready to blend, I had some ginger and some dates. Just go to the miller, you blend your corn, they blend it for you very well, because you cannot use your home blender to blend this into perfection. So you just go to the miller, you blend it well, make sure they are neat, you blend it well, and your work starts. Like, this is the stage that the work starts. See, at this stage I did not know what I was getting myself into. I was just like, we'll just do it, sha. Like, it's not so hard. At this stage, Huh. Anyway, just get your I don't know, cheesecloth or something. Just go to the market and ask them to give you that cloth they use in sieving pap, and they will just sell it to you. So I had this. You just get everything ready and then you start sieving. This point I was already thinking, what did I get myself into? There's work in it though. See, if you cannot do it by yourself, just find someone that will help you do it and pay the person, like if you know you cannot do it. But anyway, it is always rewarding when you do it by yourself, but it's hard, girl. It's stressful. The stressful part of it is sieving it, so you have to make sure you're sieving it. Make sure you sieve out the pap very, very well. Like, you'll have to make sure you sieve it well. Make sure that the shaft would have changed color, then you are sure that okay, you utilized everything and you did not, and nothing went to waste. This was just my motivating factor, because really I was just like, do I have to really go all the way? Personally, what I did, once I was done sieving the first one and the water, like, I just took it out. I said, like, okay, let me just do the first round of the sieving. So I just took it out and finish up with the other bowl. Then I will now come back to this one and go through it again. And the pap that you already sieved, this is how it should look. Please don't mistakenly pour this water away thinking it's just water. Allow it to sediment and you see your pap. Now, this is the shaft that I removed. You see how the shaft was looking? This is how to know that okay, you at least 90% removed everything. So this is how it should look. You see, it went from that bright brownish color to this dark brownish color. And then once I was done sieving, you see the pap, it's already sedimenting. So this, I realized this big bowl and then this one inside here. So this I'll allow it for the night and allow it to fully sediment. So because I couldn't wait, I went in to make pap for my daughter and for myself. So I just took out some of those and I then transferred it into a pot. See, pap has embarrassed me. Pap has messed up my cooking skills. So I decided that the only method I'm going to be using to make pap is to just transfer everything into a pot, no matter the quantity of water that I add, and just continue stirring until it thickens. Like, when pap messes you up, even if you know how to cook everything, one day pap will just fall your hand. So I just said, I'm leaving that WhatsApp group and I'm graduating into this method. And also, this method is also great for your child because it cooks longer. You make sure that it doesn't upset her stomach. So this method, now the way for me now. If you have also resorted to this method, please do your hand like this in the comment section. I want to know. I want to meet all my WhatsApp group members. Let us form a group right away. So the next morning, our pap has fully sedimented. So you can also, if you are also like, you're going to leave it in this method, then all you have to do is just change water and then add another water on top. Then you can now be scooping it. That's if you're not storing it in the fridge. But if you're going to be storing it in the fridge, then this is what I did. Since I was not able to buy that cloth that you can pour your pap into, what I did was I used that cloth that I used to sieve it out and then pour the pap into it and tie it gently. Make sure, like, if you're tying, just put under your sieve so in case some of the pap comes out, also you can also save that as well. So once I placed it on the sieve and I placed the bucket under it as well, it was just water that was coming out. And then once you leave it, the next morning all the water should have dropped, and then you can now store your pap in the fridge or in the freezer. And the only thing left now is to enjoy your pap. Like, that's the only thing that is left. So that is it. Like, how easy was it to make your own? No, it's not easy, shall, but at least it was satisfying that you made your own pap and you are sure of the hygiene, you are sure of the content, everything. You're just 100% sure of what you are putting in your stomach. That is the advantage of making it by yourself. Well, oh, stressful, gone. As for me, I'm going to go and enjoy my pap with very soft bread. Like I prefer liquid milk. Just enjoy your pap, download it very well, add your sweetener, add your sugar. For your child, you add, like my child, what I did was I added yogurt to her pap and I gave to her, and she licked everything to the last spoon. Well guys, that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, please support my ministry. Sometimes it's depressing when you finish creating content and you're not getting the much engagement that you want. So please support the ministry. Let me know if you enjoyed this pap. Let me know if you're going to be making it for the family and for yourself as well. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.